In a world full of morons, one man stands alone. Conspiracy catz!
Wow, did you see that introduction? Thank you so much to Geekcraft Studios for surprising me with that. I really appreciate it. Please check him out. His link is in the description.
Conspiracy Catz, if you want some answers, I suggest you go back and watch that video, which will not only expose your lies.
So for those of you who don't know, this is Ranty Flat Earth. He's a flat earther that filmed a boat going over the horizon and therefore proving the globe. Now, he's in a lot of trouble from his flat earth friends because, you know. But rather than admit to what he did, he's calling me a liar. Now, in this video, we're going to see how he Dunning-Krugers his way out of this. But not until we've seen something new.
Bum 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 bum.
That's right, it's a new segment, the Flat Earth Weekly Roundup. And this is a segment where we bob in on all our favourite flat earthers and see what they've been doing this week. First of all, in REM, he's been doing the most disturbing slow striptease I think anybody's ever seen. Word has also been busy, struggling to tell the difference between a toy car and a feather.
So when it comes to this, seeing a feather and a ball.
Dell has been teaching at Shed Rage High again, and this week he's been telling his kids how to spot a vampire.
They don't have a reflection in the real world.
Flat Earther Glenn Hall makes a startling confession.
Haven't told anybody this yet, but I have a math degree and I can testify that I don't understand most math. And
Daniel Pratt makes a brilliant start at his first spelling competition where he correctly manages to use the word world in a sentence.
That's the world you live on.
But then spells it wrong.
World. WHIRLED.
And that's the Flat Earth Weekly Roundup.
Bum 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 bum.
So, for those of you who missed the beginning of the video, Ranty Flat Earth called me a liar for suggesting this video actually shows a boat going over the horizon. What do you think, John Cleese?
The problem with people like this is that they are so stupid that they have no idea how stupid they are.
Ranty, do you think that sums you up?
Yes.
I agree, and that's why I've called this video Dunning-Kruger in Flat Earth. Ranty, roll on.
Okay, so let's address the notion that boats go over the horizon by using logic and reason, something sorely missing in today's society, where it seems regurgitating a narrative over and over again is sadly removing this ability from most people.
Exactly. Narratives like this that the Flat Earth debate team like to use to explain why objects disappear from the bottom up.
We actually saw an inferior mirage in this compression zone here.
Hey Google, what's a compression zone?
It's just a load of rubbish the Flat Earth debate team made up.
Figures.
It ain't going over no curve, it's squashing.
Hey Google, did he just say the boat was squashing?
Yes, but he is an idiot too.
It ain't going over no curve, because there's the bottom of the boat still, just very squashed.
Hey.
Yes, I heard I can't take much more of this stupid.
So when you say things like it's being obstructed by the water, actually it's not. You're ignoring the fact that for whatever reason it's being squashed.
And that's the bit I love best. For whatever reason. We haven't got a physics explanation. We haven't got a scientific explanation. It's squashing just for whatever reason. What do you reckon, Del?
Idiots.
I think Ranty needs to explain this. It's time for Ranty's Rants.
First, we need to acknowledge several things. 1, the inferior mirage. 2, perspective. 3, atmospheric effects.
4, you're an idiot.
Firstly, the inferior mirage. What effects is this having on the boat? Here we have a dog playing in the sands 1 mile away, and intermittently being hidden by an inferior mirage. The land we see on a clear day is hidden behind the inferior mirage. In effect, just as with the dog example, The air itself is causing a blockage by means of an inferior mirage, just as with the video of the land you just watched. Does this thought process resonate with you?
Well, yes, it does, Ranty. And the question I'd be asking is, where is the mirage under the boat on this picture? I think it's time to look at this with a bit of, what do you call it, Ranty?
Logic and reason. Something sorely missing in today's society.
You see, mirages are real, and for a full explanation of how a mirage is formed, check out the link in the description to the Baldy Catz channel that will explain the full science behind it. But for now, they look like this. They don't look like this. And they definitely don't look like this. Or this. Or this. So my logic and reason, Ranty, are telling me a mirage isn't the cause. Next.
Next, let's take a look at perspective. Things get smaller the further away they go.
Ooh, right, I know perspective, I know it, right? This is a normal brain, and this is Ranty's brain. Now, Ranty's not got a small brain, he's just really far away.
The boat certainly is getting further away, and thus smaller and smaller, to the point where half of the boat is now completely hidden behind that inferior mirage.
Okay, Ranty, let's apply some, what do you call it?
Logic and reason. Something sorely missing in today's society.
So for a more complete explanation of angular size and perspective, take a look at the link in the description, which will take you to the Baldy Catz channel, where I'll explain it in a lot more detail. But for now, it's enough to know that if something gets twice as far away, then in all its dimensions, it will look half as big. Now check out this photograph. That red line accounts for about half of the boat. That is how much is going to go missing. See? But if we've lost half of the boat vertically, we also, by the law of perspective, must lose half the boat horizontally. Do we do that, Ranty?
No!
Thanks, Deli. You know, it's good you want to get involved, but I was asking Ranty.
Again, this goes without question, that critical analysis of these observations must always include perspective, and must also include the ability to ask questions and then apply logic and reason to your analysis.
Well, the question I'm going to ask you, Ranty, and I know I'm not going to get an answer back, is why is perspective only working in the vertical component and not the horizontal component? Why is it diminishing so much faster from top to bottom than it is from side to side? Because that literally is exactly the opposite of what the law of perspective says.
Lastly, let's look at the atmospheric effects. Well, in the last few frames of the video, we see the boat vanish. Let's take a critical look at the evidence. Here we have one of those last frames where the boat essentially is invisible. Now let's ramp up the colour and contrast and see if anything is still to be seen.
Yes, please do that, Ranty. Please ramp up the contrast.
You guessed it, the boat was indeed still there.
Yes, we can still see the boat, Ranty, and you are right that we can only see, even on a clear day, up to about 12 miles through the atmosphere. But you've helped us out, because by ramping up the contrast, what else can we also see? Take a look at this picture again. Look just to the right hand side of that first wind turbine on the left. Oh, is that a miniature wind turbine? I didn't know they made them that small, Del. You see, Ranty, the wind turbines on the wind farm between the Isle of Wight and Heysham are 640 foot tall. They didn't build a mini one just for you, okay? They're all the same height, but by ramping up the contrast and allowing us to see that one further in the distance, that now is no taller than the boat, what you've actually done is given us further evidence of the curve of the Earth. Ranty, you really are my hero. You're a globe hero.
I hope this demonstration has helped you to understand that the only people applying logic and reason in a scientific way right now, when it comes to the shape of the Earth, is flat earthers.
Ranty, please don't ever go away. Chatbox travels.
Bertha, lovely Bertha, you are a lovely machine.
Hello, it's me again in REM, and this time I've used a spell checker, but it didn't make me put capital letters where I should. Don't sit here telling people how stupid you think we are. Get off your bum and go and measure the curve, Squidward.
Hey Rem, how's that striptease coming along? The next bit of fan mail is from a guy called Intellectual Ketchup. I think he takes things a little bit too seriously.
Go away, you're a traitor to humanity.
Now the next comment is from a guy called Lerber, who introduced himself with this.
Firstly, let me get the obvious out of the way. I'm an absolute idiot. I mean, any bloke that wears a Star Wars t-shirt is a bona fide loser. Why don't you join the panel on Lord Nathan's show and dazzle everyone with your brilliant? I love you, Conspiracy Catcher, my favourite. I love you.
And then after being totally schooled by Paulie Dooley in the comments section, things got even worse for him because he posted this.
Hello, it's me again, and this time I brought some really bad maths with me. I hope you don't spot my mistake and put it in Chatbox Travels and then embarrass me. But I'm going to show you that the Earth can't be a sphere, because if it was a sphere, then Polaris would only be 3,800 miles away. Not really far away, like you say. You say it's really, I couldn't even drive there in my nan's car. It's really far away. But there's my maths, so have a look at it and see what you think. 3,008 miles away, you a dunce.
Go on then, let's see where he's gone wrong. So this guy that's just called me a dunce and told me he can prove that Polaris is 3,800 miles away on a spherical Earth has now used a triangle that can obviously only be working on a flat Earth. That's his first mistake. These are the numbers he put in, and his second mistake is not being able to do basic trigonometry. Now, he was right when he said that the distance to Polaris divided by 3,200 will give us the tan of the angle, which is 43 degrees. But then he's typed something completely random in his calculator to come up with an answer of 3,800 miles, when clearly, when we work that out, the distance to Polaris is 2,984.04. So I'm not really sure what this guy was after, but you're a dunce. Okay, right, before I sign off, I just want to thank everybody who supports the channel by subscribing and watching the videos. That really means the world to me. When I set this channel up in July, I was hoping beyond hope that I might hit 1,000 subscribers by Christmas. Clearly, we've done a lot better than that, and I'm just absolutely blown away, so thank you so much. Secondly, I've not been sticking to my Tuesday and Saturday release dates lately. Real life is making things very, very difficult for me at the minute. I'm massively busy. My release dates are going to be all over until the other side of Christmas. Sorry. Thirdly, tomorrow night on the Sun and Moon Family United channel, I'll put a link in the description, I am going to be debating at 9 o'clock UK time, Mr. Thrive and Survive, and Robin. My partner will be Crow XT. Yeah, maybe I'll see you there, maybe I won't. It'll be a friendly debate, more of a discussion. Anyway, thank you as always for watching. And Ranty,